Howdy, folks.
Hello, everyone.
Friends and family across the globe, welcome back to another Warriors OROCHI 4, Part 6, I think is what it actually is. I think this one is officially Part 6 when I was doing the video uploads. I put it in the description now. Welcome to 2OG's Play, chill with Jack and Jill. Do not do tips, tricks, guides, walkthroughs, speedruns, 100% trophies, or achievements. Just play games for fun with the sole goal to invade your phones and homes. Big screens, all screens in between. See you the blast from the past. Wave of nostalgia as we lays down the laziest lazy rivers. Lazy river of life. Harken back to the days of the 70s, 80s, 90s, early 2000s. Go over to places, place after school, work, drop your pack, drop your gear, drop your button, a chair, anywhere. It doesn't matter because we were there to play games. Good games, bad games, old games, new games, all sorts of games, and even sports games. Rarely. But sometimes.
Yeah.
Maybe more so you. We did play that golfing game, at least when we were at the apartment. And I think you and Jason used to do Madden a lot.
Yeah, we did. We played a bit of online Madden stuff.
Yeah. But for the next couple hours, sit back, relax, pull up a chair, and let's hang out. We're going to go over a top 10 list, which I'll roll here shortly. To my subscribers, I want to say thank you to each and every one of you. Thank you. I know it doesn't sound genuine, but it truly is. And if I could figure out a better way to say thank you and show my appreciation to each and every one of you, I would. But really, thanks is the best, most direct way I can. Because of how amazing you've all been towards me the past couple years. I promise as long as one of you stays subscribed, I'm just going to keep throwing videos out there. Drive by Rubneck and Beers, howdy. And a recommendation, which we can talk about later. Avoid the movie Army of the Dead at all costs. It is a horrendous movie. There. My recommendation's an anti-recommendation this time.
Right, is that something you just recently watched?
Literally just got done watching it.
Oh,
2.5 hours of wasted time.
That is the Zack Snyder one, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let me start counting. One, two, three, four. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. I think we already did one that's too close to that. Let me rule that. It was top 10 Simpsons episodes. I kid you not. Unless you want to do it, we can.
Nah, there's somebody else in that.
Uh, 11. Okay, top 10 Venture Brother characters. Not feeling that I can reroll.
Nah, I mean, that's fine. I was going to say just make it your choice since you're having a day.
No, every day's a day. That's fine. If you're fine with that, we'll do that. We'll do top 10 Adventure Brothers.
Yeah, we'll roll with that.
That's...
Yeah, we have to do it eventually. Right?
We need to start sticking to our dice rolls. I think we've started to deviate from that a bit.
Good point. Nah, we'll go with it.
All right. That said, just in case this is the first video y'all have been joining us with, you can play this co-op. I think it said it had a remote play together, but then you're stuck playing the same characters. So to play co-op, you if you want to play your own, separate different characters and level up and everything, you need to have 2 copies of the game. You have 1 copy and your buddy has the other, and then you invite. But you don't unlock progression through the story unless you play through it when you're the host. So you're going to have to play through the levels basically twice over. And that's what we've been doing. We've been doing alternating hosting. Where is my can of dip? That's the other thing now. Crap. Well, while we're waiting, what? Remind me, what else has Zack Snyder done?
300.
Okay. That was okay.
Okay. and the Dawn of the Dead remake, which is okay.
Who did the Batman movies?
Nolan?
Nolan. Okay. Him, I find he does better movies. Yeah, this movie is complete trash. And everything I hate about modern movies. Alright. Anyways, what were we doing? Begin battle. I'm on chapter 4. The one who wields the bracelet. I don't know if we want to start with the list or just start rambling first, but
hold on 1 second. I'm shooting something out real fast.
okay. Now you got to be careful with those zombies out there, folks. Keep your head on a swivel.
All right, sorry. I had to give someone an update real fast about my busy, exciting, boring life. Skip. All right. Begin battle. Before we get to the top 10, we had left off last discussion. I had told you I was getting into the new, excuse me, the final season of Justified.
Yes.
And you mentioned some people showing up.
That you might recognize.
You were correct. Right off the bat, first few episodes of season 6, we got Sam Elliott, which appears to be a great entertaining role for him. And Mary Steenburgen had been introduced the season before. Catherine Hale, the lady with Wynn Duffy. She's also pretty good. So it's always good to see Sam Elliott flexing his muscles, acting muscles. Jake Busey, even though he does, spoilers, get blown up. And of course, I'm burying the lead because also Steve Smith. Remember, he plays one of the crew of.
Yeah, I was doing the Steve yell I hate.
Okay. I didn't know if you were trying to, if you'd remember or not, but yeah. I had to double check for that one. I was like, that looks like the Steve Smith guy, and I forget his name. I'm sorry. But yeah, right off the bat. Unfortunately, Patton Oswalt also shows up again, and I hate to keep, hitting on the guy, but that character just does not work for me.
Yeah, I was never a fan of the character.
Yeah. It would be so bad if you didn't drop those little. I know we talked about it before. What feels like forced comedic moments,
Yeah, and I think that's kind of where maybe if he did a different type of comedy,
yeah,
fit with it. Not that there isn't like ridiculous, funny stuff in it, but it's usually not to like cartoonish levels.
Yeah.
A lot of times the comedy in that series I felt was like Schadenfreude, Like Dewey would do something really stupid because, he's an idiot, but it was never cartoonishly stupid.
Oh, and I guess I shouldn't be surprised that Boyd finally offed Dewey. Because eventually he would have screwed up at some point that would have cost him, right?
Yeah. Which, respect to Dewey, because he was also in House of Wax.
I think you might have mentioned that before. I didn't really remember, but
Probably been in other stuff. I don't recall.
yeah.
Has the shooty kid shown up yet?
Shooty kid.
Kid that's real good with a gun?
Is he with the Marshals or with the non-Marshals?
He's going
the
to be with
bad
Sam
guy?
Elliott.
No.
Okay.
Right now it's just the guy with the beard that does all the talking. Steve Ass, Steve Smith, and then Choo Choo.
Oh, Choo Choo. Yeah, that's right.
Which you'd show me that one clip
Yeah.
before I even started the series where he's like, "Are you following me?" He's like, "I'm not following you." And he's, "Are you saying that because you're not really following me, or are you just saying it?" But I mean, I hate making fun of the guy because of his backstory, with the shrapnel and everything, though. But it is kind of funny. He's like,
All right, well, it's not really a spoiler with the shooty kid. You'll know when he shows up. He was in that Bruce Willis movie. I don't know if I ever showed you Hostage.
No, I think I'm familiar with it, and you've mentioned it.
Okay, it's about like it's got the guy from Grumpy Old Men in it. The guy who plays the son of one of the Grumpy Old Men. I forgot his name. I'll have to look it up. Anyways,
Walter Matthau? Jack Lemmon.
I think he was Walter Matthau's kid in that.
Okay.
He was like the mayor of the town. Anyways, the guy like is an accountant for the mafia, and these three kids from out of town decide to follow him and his, kids home and hold them hostage, not knowing that there's a bunch of money in the, vault and everything. Turns into a whole hostage situation, and Bruce Willis plays a cop that transferred from LA after a hostage situation went bad to this small town, and he has to kind of play,
thinking he wouldn't have to deal with anything like that again.
He had to
right?
be the negotiator, and CIA, FBI stuff gets involved because of the accountant and the mob connection, but even the three kids inside don't know too much about it, the ones that are holding it. He's one of the shooty kid's going to end up being one of the kids in that movie.
Okay.
I explained that terribly, but you've known me long enough to kind of translate.
I got the gist.
The gist. Yeah, I'm not sure. I know a lot of people generally hold the first season of Justified as one of the less interesting, but I always thought, not that the one with Michael Rappaport was bad, but I always found that to be one of the weaker seasons.
Yeah, there were parts of it I liked, and it wasn't the strongest. I'll say that. It wasn't horrible, but I think I might say it was the weakest. I don't know. It was a weird, like, it's almost like the whole season was, how some series have just filler episodes.
Yeah.
It was almost like the whole season was a filler, Even though it did advance some of the plot, the main plot, it still felt like, Oh, so what was the whole deal with the kid and them acting like they were brother and sister? Is just like why? I mean, like, what was the whole purpose? I don't know. Because they could have just, if she was just trying to protect him from the father. But they still claimed he was their uncle, right?
Yeah.
So it's not like he kept them out of their lives. They just said, "Oh, it's your uncle." So, I mean, I don't know. I'm probably overthinking that whole thing, but
And I bet the riders were like, better them than us.
Yeah. And if it was about getting art shot, I mean, there were probably different ways they could have gotten art shot, but. And spoilers, art gets shot. Oh, wait, I can deify. What does this do?
Oh,
Alright, now
I want to deify.
you see my character now?
Yeah, you're all shiny and you look
All
special.
up. I got a dress and so this is the first time I've seen this. Instead of the rage meter, it's where the rage meter is. And you click on left button, but it said deify.
Huh.
Oh, I wonder if it's because your guy's level 80. If it was level based, you would be able to deify too. I was about to say I just bumped up to level 70, but
Do remember it is character based.
okay, yeah.
They did have a thing saying that so and so can now deify.
Ah, okay.
I don't know if that's locked behind a level, but I don't think any of the characters that I have can deify. Sell it all. I don't care. I'm good with what I got. I think the Rents have been watching something called Van Helsing.
Oh, the movie?
Nah, series, I guess.
Oh, didn't know there was.
Yeah, it just looked like stuff that I don't normally like, so I avoided it. But, I mean, I told them watch, they could give that one a try. Twin Peaks, The Witcher. Again, that's the only reason we watched Army of the Dead is they wanted to watch the 5th season of Van Helsing, so they got the Netflix for a month.
Oh,
But then he bought the cheapest one, which then it told him you can't watch Van Helsing because you got the cheapest one. You have to get a higher tier, and I'm like laughing because I'm thinking, remember what it was you just paid?
yeah.
And $7.99 was everything.
That's another reason I try to avoid these streaming things, right? Because
I'm watching the
eventually
cutscene. I think we didn't get to see this on my end.
yeah.
You don't.
Well,
Yeah.
eventually they change, they upgrade, they split. You got to do this, you got to do that.
And where are you gonna go? Are you gonna go back to cable? They got gutted by all these streaming services, you know. Like, what programming are they gonna have on there now?
And it's why I'm trying to follow your mode by ordering
Physical copies.
more physical stuff. Right? Yeah.
So, Army of the Dead is supposed to be a kind of sort of sequel to his Dawn of the Dead, which was tolerable. I have issues with that movie. It was fun.
Not as good as the original, but it wasn't the worst remake.
This movie was 2.5 hours long, and I'm not even joking when I say 80% of it was scenes of two people, almost always just two people at a time, standing with that camera angle where it's kind of like lowered down to the left or the right of one person, so it's kind of angled up towards the other, talking, giving either exposition or backstory about things we don't care about or never get brought up again. The zombie stuff is few and far between, and guess what? The zombies can get pregnant with each other. And they run fast, and they can talk and communicate with each other, and they're not zombies, basically, is what I'm getting at. I don't care what they say. They say they're zombies, and they play off the whole, if you get bit, blah, 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 but we've had this discussion before where I said real zombies aren't like that. Right? Like, the difference between 28 days later, those aren't zombies, those are infected. zombies are something either raised by magic or of unknown origin. And whether you get bitten by one or not, it doesn't matter. It's usually just once you're dead. The biting thing is... no.
Yeah.
So you'd think, okay, well, maybe there's some cool action. There is no cool action. Almost every shot when Batista's shooting at a zombie, they are Schrodinger's threat, I'll call it, right? Isn't that what Schrodinger's cat or something?
Right, it's in a box. You don't know if it's dead or alive.
They are... the zombies, when Batista's on screen, are always close enough to be threatening, but far enough away so when one is jumping on him, all the others aren't near him. So you can take care of that one zombie.
That's like the video game logic, right? And there's a crowd of enemies.
And they wait one at yeah, right.
The gentlemanly enemies. They're gentlemen zombies.
Oh.
That's surprising. I didn't think it would be good, and I had no interest in seeing it, but that is kind of surprising that there's at least no, action.
I mean, there is, but it's very boring, very bad.
Or not very good action, I guess.
It's I did unlock an extra training thing that allows me to send... Well, I unlocked two. One that allows me to train another group. So it looks like we can do another group of 3. But I also unlocked another training thing called Accumulation, which sends them out for, like, gems and stuff. So we'll see how that goes. There's a zombie tiger, which is cool in execution, but it's CGI like 90% of the crap in the movie, so it looks terrible. There's even CGI blood squirts off of people's bodies that look completely out of... It just takes you 100% out of it. It's kind of like a visual glitch. You think you see something, but then it flashes and disappears, like you're taking damage on a House of the Dead shooting screen, you know?
That's disappointing.
It was a waste of 2.5 hours. The characters were all bland and boring. I couldn't tell. There was a German guy who could pick a lot. It was supposed to be like a heist movie, but it didn't do a zombie movie or a heist movie well.
Sorry, because it's like in Vegas, right?
Yeah.
Are you ready? I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Are you ready?
Sorry.
Yeah, I knew like vague details about it.
You needed an hour and a half chopped off of that. It needed to be an hour-long movie, if that. Or they just needed to kind of put in more effort. So yeah, I'm shooting shots here. Because I've seen people do a lot better with a lot less.
Like, well, hold on.
And I know you're not really a fan of him, but Sam Raimi with The Evil Dead.
Oh no, I do like Sam Raimi. I do like The Evil Dead. I just, it's more of, I think you have accurately described it because it's more the ones after the first one that lead more slapsticky, I think.
It blows my mind. And I can get, different directors, different visions kind of stuff, but this just didn't seem to have a vision. It didn't seem to know what it wanted. All the characters were unlikable. So when they start dying, and honestly, they start betraying each other right within the first 45 minutes, because it takes that long before they even really reach Vegas to do anything, they start trying to get rid of one another. So it's like, if they don't care about their survival with each other, why should I care what happens to them on screen?
Right.
We'll see if the only other thing on Netflix that I was even vaguely interested in checking out over the years was a movie called Bright.
Is that the one where there's like monsters or something?
It's I describe it as basically Shadowrun, which is like where fantasy meets. In Shadowrun, it's cyberpunk setting, but this is like a something happens, and much like in Shadowrun, this is basically this, to clear it up, this is the story of Shadowrun. An event happens that causes people to mutate into orcs and fairies and elves, and dragons show up, magic gets released into the world.
Right.
That is literally Shadowrun, but the way I've seen it is it looks more like Alien Nation, if you remember that.
Right. It's a
like a cop.
A cop buddy thing with.
Yeah, it doesn't look like a comedy, but yeah, it's
Will Smith, isn't it?
Yep, Will Smith.
Yeah.
And
okay.
Robert Edgerton.
Joel Edgerton.
Maybe.
I think. I would actually be interested in seeing that if you can hold off. I mean, you don't have to, obviously. I was kind of interested. I just never had any.
Well, it was you could only ever watch it if you had a Netflix. Kind of like Army of the Dead.
All right. I hate when I was just over there, and now it's like, oh, go back.
So we're going to go on Ryan's rant real quick. We've already had this rant a billion times, but it's worth saying because I saw a video that irked me. And the video was like, hey, next time you hear somebody talking bad about CGI, ask them about this clip from Terminator Salvation. In Terminator Salvation, when the T-100, or whatever it was, the one that looks like a human from a distance but isn't, I don't know how much you remember from that movie, but... And they're talking, but then when they're trying to explain the CGI used, it's like, and they used a mixture of practical and CGI, and it's like, you just defeated your argument. CGI always looks terrible. If you use CGI in conjunction with practical effects, it can work.
Jurassic Park's
the perfect example. Terminator Salvation, in that example the video used, once again solidifies that point. It's why a lot of lack of wonder comes out of movies, because we're like, it's all CGI, so it's not something I'm interested in. How did they get the bones to look so real? How did they cause the guy's limbs to stretch so far? That's the magic of special effects, not some guy sat at a computer and did a computer program to make it look like this. So that is the biggest problem I found with also Army of the Dead, hence the reason it had one of many things I hate about modern filmmaking, which is the over-reliance on CGI. It doesn't matter how good CGI is, it all looks bad to me, because there's no sense of wonder, there's no effort put into it. At that point, just make it an animated movie. If we're going to go that far. Can't tell I'm really heated about this damn movie. Pissed me off. Alright, I'll end my Ryan's race.
No, I mean... It's, I don't mind it sometimes, but I'm definitely... I used to be more apt to try and defend it, but not anymore. At this point, I would just much prefer as practical as possible and always animated. I'll always take anything animated over non.
Let's think of it this way, okay? Ryan's rant's back on the table. Avatar. I look at like the world that they create, and I'm just like, okay, I don't care, because it's all, CGI. But go back and watch a movie like Labyrinth and what they were able to pull off there.
Mm-hmm.
That's much more impressive. It's much more interesting. Visually, even. Because it physically exists. Yeah, sure, back in the old days, I guess the equivalent of CGI a lot of times may have been what, matte paintings, I think they were called.
Yeah.
I like the backgrounds. But no. You want to put the little flashing effects on muzzles of guns, that's perfectly fine, I get it. Alright, safety and whatnot, but if you're gonna create like a big monster or something, put a guy on stilts, kind of put practical pieces on him, and then just build CGI into the mold, you know?
Whoa, the hell was that?
Oh, crap, more of them.
You are too dangerous. Leave me alone. Alright. Almost lost it for a minute. Wasn't paying attention. What are we doing? Gates are open. Where are they? Oh, okay, down there. And of course, we have to go around.
That said, folks, let me know in the comments. Do you support my rallying cry and cause against CGI? You take a pacifist approach? Do you take an antagonistic approach?
Oh, did you see the link to the game I sent you?
Probably.
Wizard Pool.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I just saw I had online player versus player, and I don't know, maybe if we have to fill a very small, make a small little video for something, and I don't know. Never a big pool person. I played a lot when I was in the army, but yeah.
I used to play a bit until probably, I don't know. Well, I mean, I stopped going to bars. You know.
Yeah,
Access to a pool table kind of goes away when you...
yeah, that is a big one. I used to have that pool table at the house.
Yep.
Never really, I don't think you used it that much, so... Well, I mean, I wasn't around, so...
Yeah, we used it a bit. I mean, actually had a converter to make it a ping pong table, too.
Oh, I don't know. Never knew that.
Yeah.
Yo, what is what are we trying to do here?
It was Air Force guy. Nice guy, him and his wife. They used to come over here all the time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I remember that guy. Young couple, right?
Yeah, his name was Rob.
Yeah, I remember him. Wow.
Trying to remember her name. I do
That,
apologize. I
was
can't.
it
It's
Beth?
been so long.
Was it Beth? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm just making that up, maybe.
But
She
used to
was
hang out here, and then
yeah,
Ted.
yeah,
It was usually around the time Ted was living with
right.
us. Used to do a lot of pool,
She
a lot of ping pong.
she was a blonde lady, right? I
Mhm.
think. Yeah, I remember them. Yeah, I remember doing a couple things with them. But, man, that was interesting. That whoever that poor person is did not stand a chance. All right.
Well, you know what? You can thank Zack Snyder for it.
奴は渡さねえぜ。俺様を倒せるってんなら話は別だけどな。
I don't know. Maybe I just wish every movie was directed by Robert Rodriguez.
こら悟空
Okay, excited folks just real bit.
また悪さばっかりみんなを通してあげて
お師匠様、いや、おっと。
We're watching a cutscene with the Monkey King. Okay, you got that too.
Yeah, I'm on.
Oh no. What was that?
All right, let's even things up a bit. Oh, Athena is down. Oh, that's it.
Yep. Bum, 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 bum.
すぐそばまで。そ、ま。
Yeah, by the way, I'm not really that angry. It was a bad movie, but I don't want to say,
No,
I don't want to say I'm playing it up for you folks, but I do notice that I guess a lot of people on the internet prefer when people act angry, so
yeah.
I mean I do dislike that kind of stuff. But
Outrage
I was
culture.
kind of hamming it up there. I don't have anything against Zack Snyder. I don't know the guy. Oh, great. Robot voice time?
Hello?
Yeah, we got robot voice.
Alright, let's see.
So, I'll be right back. Now you should be good now.
Right, check 1, 2, test.
Yeah.
戦いは激しさを増しています。もう少し煽ってやれば、ゼウスもすぐにこの世界に現れるかと。
Alright, well, I'm going to get the list started. With probably my favorite character in all of Venture Brothers. I feel he is very underrated. And that would be the fabulous, the wonderful, the outstanding, the intelligent Billy Quizboy. My number one Venture Brothers character. I like the fact that he is not some, muscular, overpowered, superpowered thing. I like his backstory.
What's going on with that?
Oh, are we trying to fix something?
There we go. Yeah, I fixed it. Sorry.
Okay.
ダッキラが属す第三勢力の存在が明らかと
Yeah, Billy Quiz Boy is a good one.
Yeah, his whole backstory with joining up with who was it, Mr. White, Peter? They had a thing going on where they would rig quiz games, and then they got caught and all that, and I think that's what led him to start doing the research heroing thing.
Yeah, tech support or something.
Yeah.
So they got the contract to work for Venture and everything.
Yeah. Also, eventually got to work with was part of the crew that worked with the Impossibles. That
Yeah, and saved
Mm-hmm.
Monstroso
Mm,
when he
Yeah.
needed a heart transplant. He needed like a doctor with little hands or something. I can't remember that.
It doesn't show up every episode, but it's always a fun part of the episodes he shows up in. And I just like the fact that in a world where there's these overpowered super beings and spy people, there's, the little diminutive, super intelligent type character.
And he got the what was it? Something St. Cloud.
Yeah.
His
His
villain.
nemesis.
His
Yeah,
nemesis, yeah.
that's a good episode. Augustus St. Cloud, I want to say.
Which
Right.
he shows up very early in the series, actually, like within season 1, as a background character during the estate sale that Rusty is trying to
Yeah, I remember that.
sell off some stuff, and all the supervillains show up. And St. Cloud was there. Who I think his supervillainy was he like collected things that were pop culture references.
I vaguely remember just that episode where they discover that he's the arch nemesis, and then that whole thing where he's confronting him and trying to set it up.
Yeah, that was one of the later seasons. The Monarch becomes like his mentor.
Yeah. And I guess he's not on my favorite list at all, but you can kind of join him and White at the hip, since they're always
Always
stuff.
together, yeah.
That's a fun dynamic between the two. White being kind of the more sly, conniving type person, right?
That's kind of if I recall, there was an episode where like his mom and the old Venture crew thought they were gay.
Yeah.
And that's why they lived together, and they're like, no, God.
Yeah.
Why would you think that? Good old Billy Quiz Boy.
Yep. This is another series that I haven't seen in a while that I wouldn't mind. You recently watched it, didn't you?
Yeah. And then finally caught up with the movie. Which was an okay movie. It wasn't the best, like season or anything.
Is there a sense of finality? Like, is this it, or is there?
I mean, it answers some questions, but it's not like it ends like, and they lived happily ever after.
Right. I think the last I had seen, they had it was like actually announced that they were brothers, even though at this point everyone knows, right?
I mean, do you want me to spoil it?
Yeah, go for it. I don't think I will.
He's a clone. The
Which
Monarch's
one?
a clone of. Well, actually, both are alluded to be clones. But the Monarch is a clone of Rusty. That much we're 100% sure of. But he has baboon DNA. To
No
make up
kidding.
some pieces, yeah. Which is also supposedly why he's more aggressive.
Okay. Huh. Didn't see that coming, but the clone thing does not surprise me given.
There are hints throughout the series too. Like there's a whenever they do a lot of the stuff in the past where he's thinking back, flashback,
Yeah.
where Rusty's getting injured in very similar ways that he had the boys get injured in, and Dr. Venture Sr. is kind of looking at him more like a test subject to see whether to, and why he may have been so distant with him.
Okay, yeah.
Which, I mean, that would go hand in hand, considering everything Rusty did to those boys.
Yeah.
Clone army and everything. I guess my number one on the list is going to be Baron von Underbite. It shouldn't be a surprise. I like Doctor Doom. And I like the Doctor Doom analog. Has some of my favorite episodes, whether it was with Girl Hitler or which was a very early one, or the other early one where he tries to marry Dean.
Yep.
It starts with them coming back from a costume competition where they were supposed to dress up as Star Wars characters, but Hank decided to dress up as Batman.
Yep.
But, he is Doctor Doom. Like, he's known Dr. Venture forever. Also suffered at the hands, became a supervillain because of what happened in college. Like, unabashedly Doctor Doom.
Yes.
Ends up joining that group that, was it Mr. Impossible when he becomes a supervillain later in the series?
Yeah.
Not
with
much
Phantom.
comes of him then, but Phantom Limb also. What else? He had that great episode where they all go to the funeral of their college friend, and he created all those robots that look like Leslie.
Leslie, yeah. That's a good one. Billy was there too. Billy Quizboy.
Yep.
I think, and White.
And
they were all there.
White was like the DJ of the college,
Yeah.
I think. And honestly, stop that. A big part of it is, of course, the Doctor Doom aspect to it,
Well, we'll go ahead and knock him off my list too, because he's also on my list. Baron von Underbite. If and I'll wait till you're done to add whatever
Oh no, go for it.
meager bit I have to add, because it pretty much just be mimicking everything you said. But if you're gonna do an homage to a character like that, I think they did it the right way. Like, you can tell it's obviously based off Doom, but it's got its own bit of little personality to it.
Yeah.
That still makes it interesting and fun, if that makes sense. instead of just, oh, this is exactly this person.
Which it's kind of
I mean,
like,
that-
you remember how I told you Into the Spider-Verse they had that guy, the Spot?
Yeah.
If you remember, there was that guy in Venture Brothers who had like the hole in his belly button.
Yes. And he could just pull random stuff out, but he couldn't control what it
Couldn't
was.
control it, yeah. So I'm thinking that may have been the inspiration. Also, the bear thing has never been definitively described, explained. I don't know if you remember the guy in the bear costume with the knife.
Stay tuned.
Okay, then we'll save that for later. My number 2, I'm gonna just jump into that. Then is going to be, Red Death. Well, was he on yours too?
Yeah, just go on.
Okay. Red Death is, I guess, a Red Skull, kind of, at least in name. I don't know. I don't know. I always got, like, Grim Reaper. If I was thinking of someone villain-wise. He's powerful, but he has a home life. You know, there's episodes where he talks about how he's, he likes to keep it separate. And he comes from that old school villainy.
Mm-hmm.
One of those that they retroactively kind of put into the story, though. So, like the movie night at whatever one it was called, where that incident happened. Gargantuan. Yes, thank you. And I like how his daughter's got like the same skull face he does. But he's powerful. He's got a horse that can fly, and he knows how to separate, work from his private life. And most importantly, he's voiced by Clancy Brown.
Oh, I don't think I ever knew that, but I can hear it now when I think about it. I mean, I don't have much more to add because that, and it sounds like I'm just copying what you're saying, but it's exactly the reason I thought of him. Cool design, and powers, but he's got that home life,
Yeah.
Separates, loves his family. Is respectful of the job, right? But when it's time to go home, you go home. Yeah, basically for all the reasons you said.
And I think by that point in the series, also, usually whenever you'd see a villain, you'd be like, okay, they're just going to be like comedic. And he is, but not in the way a lot of them are.
Yeah.
He kind of brings back a bit of a threatening presence.
Yes. When it's time to do the business, it's time to work. It's time to work. Well, I hope you don't have too much overlap.
I have, I think, maybe 2 more villains. And then after that, I'm done with my villain arc.
I have. I'm honestly blanking on a 10th one. Not that there aren't people to choose from. It's narrowing it down.
Yeah.
I got one.
Much like the King of the Hill thing we were doing, some of the best characterization, where even their side characters feel fleshed out, even with as little as there might be.
Another example of a series that treated its side characters very well, with respect.
And unlike comics, which we kind of talked a bit in the last video, knows how to at least bring an end to some plot threads.
Yeah.
お救いいただきこれからは共に参りましょう
All right, my number 3 then is going to be Phantom Limb. Is he on your list?
Yep.
For a lot of the same reasons I like Red Death, I like Phantom Limb, except he's more like the gentleman villain. He's also a case of your superhero gone bad, which usually doesn't tickle my fancy, but in this case it did, because he's got a funny and hilarious power. And it's kind of like it's a play on words, right? The Phantom Limb syndrome, where you think it's there and it's not, but in his case, it's deadly. Goes for, again, more like that James Bond-like villain approach, where he's kind of a mastermind. Also, the moving piece behind, what was his name? The guy who took the image of David Bowie.
The Sovereign.
Thank you, the Sovereign, right? To try and get him out of power. A central figure that kind of takes up the... he comes in a lot earlier in the series than I was remembering. As like a threat. It's like season 2. But then he kind of pitters out there towards the end. Again, he does try to form that supervillain group that's supposed to be like the... new challengers to the guild, but it really doesn't get off the ground. They get a couple episodes and then they just kind of disappear. But I liked how it was, again, his connection. He knew them all from college. He was a professor, I think, when they were all students. And it was actually a connection to Billy Quizboy that caused him to lose his limbs.
I'll have something to add in 1 second. Gotta check something out. Oh, that's not even worth looking at. Why am I even... Alright. Wait. Alright, I'm good. Sorry. Again, everything you said, but he has a really cool design, cool power set, the whole gentlemanly thing, the mastermind thing, but mainly the reason I like him is because he was that driving force behind, like you said, getting rid of the Sovereign, and he was a foil to the Monarch. And, you know, the whole relationship triangle with him, Dr. Girlfriend, and the Monarch and all that. And I think the Monarch is not on my list, even though I do love the character. It's the nice juxtaposition between the fanatic almost, maybe that's not even the right word, crazy stylings of the Monarch. You know, the over-the-top, bombastic personality of the Monarch and the gentlemanly, calm mastermind demeanor of Phantom Limb. But calm but deadly when he needs to be. If that makes sense at all.
Yeah, I always viewed the Phantom Limb as being what the Monarch was trying to be.
Yes. Okay, that's a good way.
You know, the Monarch always came off as like maybe that high school kid that thinks they're tough and bad, but really hasn't reached that potential yet, versus someone who's like, I'm a hired hitman already. I've been doing this for years.
Yeah, I thought that was a great, that whole dynamic is another reason why I picked Phantom Limb.
Or another, I guess, Monarch was always into like the theatrics and the performance of it, and Phantom Limb was more of the end result or the execution.
Yeah.
Maybe. Then.
Yeah. Yeah, that's another way of putting it. That's a good one.
Okay, so then let me jump to number 4. Dr. Henry Kissinger.
Oh, for the love of God.
Is he on your list too?
Yes.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, man.
Okay, I'm going to start picking different ones, so. That's not going to be my number 4. In fact, I'll give you guys 4 more. But we'll talk about your number 4 then, Henry Kissinger.
Yeah, Dr. Henry Killinger.
Killinger, that's it.
But he would be my number 5. No, I mean, you can add 2. You'll probably be able to add more because he's more recently
I'll add
solved.
to it. Outside of the spelling mistake.
I just... Partially because he is obviously not even trying to hide the fact he's trying to be Henry Kissinger, right?
Yeah.
In looks, sound, everything, absolutely. But just the fact that his role exists is like almost like a consultant for the bad guys, right?
He is literally villain Mary Poppins.
Yeah,
Down to
even rides in like Mary Poppins,
Yeah.
if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Comes in and fixes things when they're problems. He's the fixer, I guess. Also uses phrases like willy nilly and stuff like that. You silly Billy.
You silly Billy.
Yeah, just his appearance, his tone, the way he talks.
One of the most powerful beings in that universe. Not even joking.
Yeah,
He's part of.
yeah.
Apparently, he's the brother of. I forgot what they were called, but Monstroso made a deal with them. The is like the corporation or something.
Okay.
And they're like these beings who can like phase through things, and you make deals with them.
I don't think I ever knew that, to be honest.
There's like 3 or 4 of them, but apparently he's one of their brothers who went rogue. And you know they have that like Star Wars battle on the ship when they're trying to create the new guild. And that's why he's so powerful. What were they called? I'll have to look them up. They show up throughout the series periodically. There's the episode where he arches Dr. Venture by making his business successful. Because I think Dr. Venture was trying to sink his business. So he brings him in as a consultant to help him.
Right.
And Brock's even like, yeah, why are you doing this for Doc? And he makes it efficient. It actually finishes the projects that the government's always asked him, Dr. Venture, to do. All his personal projects are succeeding. And then at the end, he like leaves, and he's like, I have done more than anyone else has. I have made it a successful business. The opposite of what you wanted it to be.
Also, as part of his appeal to me is he is that powerful, but he's not like, you know, shooting death rays or anything. He's just, I don't know, killing you with management and efficiency, I guess. I don't know. Hopefully that's the last of our overlap, because no, great minds think alike.
I do. Oh, I went the wrong way.
Oh, yeah. Welcome to my strategy. Hide out in a corner because you can't read the map and move at the same time. Oh, I think I initiated that.
That's fine.
ベルセウス殿君たちにはそう名乗っていたベルセウスはもうどこにもいない
All right, I'm going to count the first three at least. So my number 4 is going to be number, what was it, number 1?
Number 1.
The henchman that was actually good at his job.
Oh! Okay, I only remember him from that one episode where,
招くことができた
they were infiltrating, what was it, Skull Island or something?
役に立ってくれて心から感謝しているよ
Yeah.
Where, what's the little brother's name? Jonah?
Yeah, Jonah Jr.
Jonah Jr., yeah. Where they're infiltrating his party, I guess. I don't know if he shows up anywhere else. Does he even... Well, I'll let you
Who?
go. Sorry. Number 1.
Henchman number 1. Yeah, I
Yeah.
was going to look up the episode. I'll have to wait until... There's an episode where all the... a bunch of heroes were getting kidnapped, or like secondary sidekick characters. And they thought it was that... like Captain Sunshine or whatever. The one that tried to make Hank his...
Okay, yeah.
again. Like his...
Because he was supposed to be into kids, if I remember.
Yeah, it was playing on that whole Batman and Robin thing.
Yeah.
And it ends up being revealed that it was him, henchman number 1, posing as that, kidnapping him because he wanted to prove he was the number 1, like, henchman kind of thing. Was that like a horse track, if I remember? The fight?
Oh, I think I remember that one. Okay.
He was far less effective and competent by that point in the series, but I did like to see that there was one character in the Monarch's crew that was at least competent to a point. Obviously, it was meant so he could suffer devastating loss and humiliation.
Of course, because you linked me to that one part we had talked about before. I remember him most for when they're infiltrating the base.
Yeah.
And they're talking about him wanting not to do all that stuff, and they're like, oh no. Swimming in the tunnels, and they're like, oh, we're not doing that.
You ever seen the drowning animation?
Yeah.
Some backtracking, I guess, going on. Okay, you're there. I'll backtrack.
Okay.
You're on what, 5 then? 6?
I've done 5. But one last thing about 1 is it's what that one of the things that series does so well with taking tropes about the genre and creating interesting characters out of it. I don't know if that fully explains what I'm trying to... like with things like characters like number 1, and also the Johnny Quest type characters that were in there and all that. So subverting the genre with interesting characters, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, kind of piggyback off that. To pop my own personal rage meter in regards to that comment, it basically does what Marvel has tried and failed many times to do when they try to subvert things. But they really pull it off in that series. Whether it's for superheroes or spy fiction or like the Johnny Quest stuff. I wouldn't say they even flip it on its head more so than they just throw it in the garbage and rewrite it, you know? make it this thing that you never thought would be possible.
All right, that was a little hairy.
How do I get to that guy? This way? That guy disappeared. Gotta go.
Oh, I hate when they retreat or whatever. It's
Yeah.
annoying. I'd rather they stay and get beat up by me.
I'm afraid of saying any more characters, to be honest.
I know, right?
'Cause I don't know what you're gonna... I'm gonna fear those words. So...
I mean, I really do. I'm not trying to like get away from my duty with the top 10. Yes, I said duty, but I honestly do think you're better at explaining this stuff because, I mean, you're better at explaining it in general, but you've also seen this stuff more recently. And I have a bad memory about this stuff. Except the names for some reason. Like, always with the names. I think on my deathbed I'm going to be naming, like, actors and voice actors and stuff and characters and... Do you remember that one person? This was their name.
I'll put on your tombstone, here lies Wikipedia. But only the names.
Yeah. Nameopedia? I don't know.
Nameopedia. Morpheus, so Dr. Morpheus? Orpheus, that's it.
Orpheus.
Yeah.
Orpheus.
Is he on your list?
No.
Okay, Dr. Orpheus is on my list. Just because it had that magic angle. I've always been more of like a fantasy guy in the first place. Second of all, I just loved the episodes where there was mainly one, but they'd always be at ends where Dr. Venture would always be trying to show science is better than magic. I think he brought a lot to the series, not just with that, but also, the connection between his daughter and Dean. Right, that little angle going on. And then, of course, it gets expanded upon when he finds that group that he forms with...
Blackula? Was
What?
it? No, that's not who it was. That's a movie, I think, isn't it?
Blackula's a movie, yeah. I'm trying to remember.
The Blade
the
type
Blade
guy.
and I think the other guy was called the Alchemist, maybe, who was voiced by
Master Shake.
Master Shake.
Yeah. Yeah, he was almost, I want to say foil, but not really, but that juxtaposition of science and magic, like you said.
What Phantom Limb was to the Monarch, to use that example,
Yeah.
Dr. Orpheus was to Dr. Venture.
Mhm.
It did also allow them to play around with the idea of MacGuffins. So, like, if there was a problem they couldn't solve, they could always just write in Orpheus to
Yeah.
provide that solution. And also had your guy, McGurk, was his master, right? The three-headed dog?
Yep.
Or, well,
Yep.
he took any form he wanted. But
Yeah. H. Sean Benjamin. Sorry.
this will also be just a stealth conversation about the different episodes that we can remember.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
If you haven't picked up on that yet. don't remember what he was a doctor of.
Yeah, I don't either.
Oh, he was also a necromancer, right? I remember that now.
Yeah.
So I like necromancers. Order of the Triad was his group, and in the group
Oh.
was Jefferson Twilight.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the other was Alchemist, right?
Yeah. His enemy was Blackula, which is a callback to the movie Blackula. It's also what he hunted. That's right, Blackulas. I don't do any of that. Go in for any of that magic crap. I just hunt Blackulas. And they
How
fought
old?
their arch villain. That's right, was a guy named Torrid for a bit there. There was
How
that
old?
episode where they all they're looking for their arch villain and they're hosting like tryouts.
Okay, I vaguely remember that. But I would almost watch a side series
Oh, I
of
would.
them.
Yeah, I would have loved that. Oh, they gain levels too when they go out looking for stuff. Okay, that's fun. All right.
All right, I'm trying to look someone's.
Yeah,
Oh.
no rush at all. I mean, you're remembering the names more than I am.
Yeah.
I watched it recently.
All right, let's advance this a bit. We got plenty of time. I already got 5 done, so we have time.
I got 5 done.
All right.
I guess real quick, just to try to add a bit more variety to the list on my end. Action Man will be next. Part of the old team venture.
Was he the guy with the helmet and goggles?
Yes, yes.
He was like a Captain America type?
Yeah,
maybe?
he was like the very punchy type of companion.
Yeah.
There was also the Sean Connery one that I think Dean went to live with for a little bit.
He was the gentleman, right? Or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I think Action Man, was it Action Man that ended up getting with, I believe, Billy Quizboy's mother?
Yeah, I remember he was with someone. I didn't remember that. But.
Because in one of the later seasons, you find out that Billy Quizboy's mom was also part of the whole venture group. She was like espionage or something. I always liked Action Man because he was that old, well, action movie stereotype type of character, rough, tough, and tumble.
Yeah.
Violent to the extreme. But it always went over his head because, well, that's just what the days were like back then.
Yep. That's another group, the old school group.
I would,
And it wasn't there like that I would watch a series of.
They even had a Ant-Man allegory character that was part of the group that came later. He could grow big, but he stopped growing big because it caused heart conditions.
Mm-hmm. Which I know we mentioned it for other other series, but it's a sign of a really good series when you would watch another series based just off the side character. They're that well done. Wasn't there like a sumo guy
Yep.
too, or I can't remember if he was part of the gentleman's like
Yeah, he was part of the original Venture group.
his assistant or
Yeah.
something. But
Can't remember his name.
Kato or something.
Yeah, it
maybe?
was like Kano or Kato or something.
Which I think wasn't that also the name of the Green Hornets?
Yeah.
Maybe it was like a playoff.
Bruce
probably.
Lee. Yeah. Which, you know, when they did the Blue Morpho stuff, that was also
Oh yeah,
another
yeah.
nod to the Green Hornet.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was more or less Dr. Jonah's Ventures Brock in the group. Without being Brock. Which
Yeah.
I stopped caring or liking the Brock character probably after season 1 because he went from like psychomaniac to having all these other weird stories that I'm just like, I kind of preferred when he was like this berserker character.
Yeah.
これで二面作戦を防ぐことができました。敵もうかつには動けないでしょう。
Oh, okay, I'm on the rooftop. Alright.
Oh. Oh, I hope there's not a thing where you can't fall down.
Right. Yeah, it looks like the arrows lead down, so it's a one-way track. I guess it's like a shortcut, so we can get back here quicker for this part.
Oh, maybe there were more of those around instead of having to traverse the whole map, you know? And who else can I beat up? You got this covered. This guy.
I was always shocked they never did more Adult Swim games. I know they had that. I mean, if you're gonna do an Octane Hunger Force game,
The Ninja Zombie Pro-Am
Pro-Am.
thing. I used to have that. I still might somewhere. I don't know if I sold it or not. Interesting note. I more than likely have mentioned this before, but Scott Van Pelt is I say famous as far as like sportscaster personalities go. Actually does the voice work on as like the sports commentator for that game. He used to have a radio show on ESPN. He used to drop quotes from Aqua Teen, and he actually used to have a segment. It was actually pretty entertaining, even if you weren't necessarily a sports fan. A segment where he would have the guy that did Carl's voice pick football games. It was called like oh God, I forget the way he phrased it. The Stone Cold Lead Pipe Lock Game of the Week of the Century of the Year. Just like that, but like in Carl's voice. And then he would do his Carl thing. It was actually pretty entertaining. Yeah, he was a huge Aqua Teen fan. Oh, speaking of Musus, you could do a Venture Brother Musu, right? All the characters, different powers, different abilities, a lot of
Anything you could think of. You could do an appliance war Musu. Alright? So, like, fridges versus toasters. There is nothing off the table.
That is
Genre,
true.
right?
It is. And that's not a knock on genre. It's just a very adaptable genre.
Yeah. Yeah. You could even do what was it? Giant douche and shit sandwich.
Oh, yeah. A shit sandwich and giant douche. Turd sandwich. Turd sandwich. Yeah. That's a good episode. Vote or die, mother effer, vote or die.
It'd probably be a disgusting looking game, but you could do it.
You know, I'm still trying to. I might be trying too hard to fill this last slot, you know? Because I kind of, I'm going to be honest, I don't want to go like, you know, Hank and Dean, because they are good characters, but I'm trying to light on maybe some of the lesser known ones. Even though there is kind of a chalk pick still on my list. I'll probably
No,
just do
I
that.
get you. It's because you kind of want to shine light on these characters, so then if someone does stumble upon this, they're kind of looking out for those
Yeah.
to show up.
But like we always say with these, you gotta be honest about your lists as much as possible. All my allied forces, they're all like level 1s. I haven't done anything. My support people, I guess. I don't know. You guys just keep chilling. Don't need you.
I had collected a total of 10 or more crystals. Okay. I figured we would have gotten that a lot quicker, but
Yeah, right.
just sell everything.
Pretty much.
Something popped
Got
up.
it. Got it. Hold on, I just gotta.
Ooh.
With the enormous. Okay. Ah! Oh, I didn't know if you're ready. I hit begin battle already.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry.
Bump, 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 bump. Side mission.
Cool. All right.
Bond events. All right.
お任せを。
I have not done anything with that stuff.
With what? Bond.
Bond events.
Oh, that's on the in the main menu, right? Or the
Yeah.
yeah. It kind of seems like some of the side stuff just isn't necessary. We're still on hard, right?
Yep. I mean, we could go back to do Hunden missions, but there's really no reason to.
Those are kind of boring. I mean, you just beat up on him, right?
Yeah.
He shows up and you beat up on him. Kind of feel bad for him after a couple times, right?
Yeah. Then again, how many times have we beat up on... I'm waiting for the next guy's name to pop up.
Yeah, right.
Glaucoma. I'm calling him Glaucoma. Glaucus?
Yeah.
You got that area. I'm gonna go
Yeah, I can take care of it.
roam around. Next up on my list is gonna be Pirate Captain. I think that might be even his official name. Can't remember. One, because I'm a fan of Scooby-Doo, and that's the episode he shows up in. Where they're kind of doing like a Scooby-Doo episode where they're posing to tend to be ghost pirates. It doesn't really work out. He eventually ends up working for Dr. Venture, or Jonah.
Yep.
He does try to lead a mutiny during that same party episode. Because he gets drunk. And he's basically a support character for Jonah that does all the work for him that Jonah thinks is beneath him, but wouldn't get done without him. He's got the pirate thing going for him, so that just kind of skyrockets him up there for me.
Yeah.
I'll never not find eye patches to be not cool, I guess.
Nah,
I
pirates
never
are
wear
always...
it, but... Unless I, like, lost an eye or something, of course. But a little bit different.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a cool character. Another example of a character that shows up in an episode that you might think would just wind up being a one-off, but they integrate him into the cast.
Even to the point to where they, I think he may be like an arm, maybe a leg of the Voltron machine Jonah had created.
Okay. Vaguely remember that.
Yeah, I think the Monarch tries to attack the island. And the human Callus's arm is like a clown ice cream cone head. And the Monarch's like, what the is a clown ice cream cone doing?
Oh, yeah. The human callus. Okay, I think we're waiting on exposition.
I will say, as much as I always enjoyed the overarching story and how they interconnected it, it's good, but I feel like And when I went back to rewatch it, I thought that the Johnny Quest references were kind of more prevalent in the earlier seasons, but they kind of abandoned that pretty quick.
Mm.
Kind of wish they went with it a little bit further.
Are they still talking? Jeez, come on.
There's some guys here, but
Yeah. I wonder if this is the thing where the Cyclops has to break open the gate. Oh no, there's more enemies now. Ambush, apparently. Well, let's stop that. Come on, group up. There we go. Close enough. Mine number 6. Again, not in any order. Shore Leave.
I have to take that one off my list.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I think he also went by what was it? Rebranded as Holy Diver.
Yeah.
Sphinx.
Thanks. Growing up, I was a huge G.I. Joe fan. I was not the biggest Shipwreck fan, but seeing as how that is obviously who Shore Leave is supposed to be,
Yeah.
member of G.I. Joe based off Shipwreck, I'm drawn to the character. He's funny. He's good at what he does. Provide a little bit of comedic element.
He's Brock Sampson with a sense of humor, more or less. Right?
Okay.
Like, he's very
Brock
competent.
Sampson. Yes. Yeah, it's a good. Thank you.
He's brutal. He's a killer, but he has fun with it.
Yep.
And he knows how to accessorize.
He's an efficient. He's an efficient, smooth operator that looks good while doing it. Well, I'm sorry I took him off.
It's fine. We're having fun with it. That's what matters.
I definitely wanted. Yeah, that's true. I wanted to include someone from Sphinx because they're like the G.I. Joe organization. And he was the one I liked the most. I can't remember too many other members of Sphinx. There was the Colonel,
Yeah.
who at one point had boobs.
Yep. Because the kill order was they don't kill women.
Yeah.
So he went down to like I don't know, Central America, South America, somewhere to get boobs put in.
Yeah.
So that when Brock was sent to hunt him down and kill him, he couldn't.
Yeah. Who else was in Sphinx then? Who am I missing?
What was it? Gary?
Okay.
Was it part of Sphinx for a little bit? Can't remember the other guy's name. I'll have to look it up here. There was one more. He was like the pilot driver usually.
Yeah.
Try and look it up. Oh, he's not dead yet. There we go.
There.
Mile High.
Okay.
That was the other one. Brock, of course, was part of Sphinx. Came a bit.
Yeah.
Faked his death.
I'm kind of like, kind of on your side with Brock as far as the whole Brock thing goes, you know? Less would have been a bit more, you know?
Oh, yeah.
I did like the dynamic between him and Molotov.
Yeah, which they kind of dropped that
改めて皆にお願いす
here
る
and
ぞ
there.
どうかわらわたちの仲
It was
間に
interesting
なって
for
Oh.
a bit, but then they kind of dropped her
Nothing
off.
came out of
Yeah,
that
they
at
dropped
the
her off
end.
to the side a bit. Well, she ended up with Monstroso and then falling in love with him, but
全力で守ってやるぜ
like there was a long period of time where they did nothing with her.
そういうことさね
Yeah.
困ったことがあったらいつでも頼っておくれよ
もうか
当たり前俺がなんち海洋猛角
火の神の末裔祝湯
Okay, so we've got 4 more, I think.
Yeah, should be about.
Alright.
Just because our lists are kind of really heavily intertwined, I've been trying to rack my brain for a couple of them.
I think we're good. I don't know. There might be one here. I'm not gonna say anything,
We
but there
thought
might.
that
Be.
like 2 or 3 guys ago. My next one's going to be Dr. Z. I went back to
Okay.
villains because I feel I might be safer there. Dr. Z was obviously Johnny Quest's arch rival, and I just love the whole dynamic of it. He's retired, he's kind of given up that life, and he kind of acts like a parental figure for Johnny. He kind of feels bad for a lot of the stuff he did because of how Johnny's life went down the tube. But he had fun doing it, being the villain. And
I'm actually gonna have to look him up because I don't remember him.
Okay. Yeah, he was literally like from the Johnny Quest show. He shows up as a couple times, mostly to act like a mentor figure for both the good guys and the bad guys in the series.
Got it. Yeah, I see him now. I remember him.
And the other one would have been the episode, the big episode he showed up in, would be when the Guild of Calamitous Intent was going to war with the Canadian League of Villainy or something like it was called. And the Monarch was looking to defect over there, and then when he got over there, it was only like one guy was part of it.
I do not remember that at all.
Yeah.
Canadian League.
Yeah, I forgot the exact name of the group, but like Dr. Z was there at the table using like chicken fingers to highlight their plan because it would be edible, and once we're done with the plan, there would be no evidence. But like, people started eating the chicken fingers before the plan was finished.
That's a brilliant idea, though.
Yeah, right. Well, we were watching a movie, and they're like, they were messing with someone. I forgot what the movie was. They were messing with them, and they said, "Yeah, we ate them." And the guy was like, "You ate them? Good thinking. No evidence." I was like, you know what? That's a pretty good idea when you think about it.
Yeah, right.
Being a cannibal. Cannibal killer. Qu'est-ce que c'est? Bum, 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 bum. Really, I could have added all, and I'll probably lump them all together. All the Johnny Quest characters are in this category. I grew up watching the old Johnny Quest cartoon. I was and still am a big fan of like Hanna-Barbera. Animation was never the best, but again, I grew up watching a lot of Hanna-Barbera. And Johnny Quest is always a favorite of mine just because it was basically like almost James Bond for kids.
Yeah.
You had mad scientists, you had everything that inspired the Venture Brothers was in Johnny Quest, so to see all those characters show up in a different variant format as if they, this guy almost got me into a... Sorry. Like a Where Are They Now VH1 behind the music kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I always thought that was some really good parts of Venture Brothers. Because again, what I liked about the first season was they were kind of parroting Venture Brothers, or not Venture Brothers, Johnny Quest a lot. So whenever they'd show up, like I think it was the first introduction of, what was his name, Dermot, maybe?
Yeah, Brock's kid? Is that who it is? Maybe?
Do you want me to tell you?
Yeah.
Okay. Dr. Venture's kid.
Okay.
They lead you to think through a couple episodes it was Brock's kid.
Okay, that's what it
It's
was.
kind of like a red herring thing, but you find out it was Dr. Venture's kid. Dr. Z shows up. I think that, Johnny's doing like one of those dunking booths, and he's jonesing for something.
Yep, I
And
remember.
Venture's
That.
like, you need to go over and talk to him. He's like, oh, do I have to? Is he still angry at me? And they kind of recreate a little bit of a scene from when Johnny was a kid. There is a nice part at the end, the movie where you hide out with Dr. Z and Johnny's there, and he's talking about how he's helping him rehabilitate, getting him clean. And I think Dr. Z and his wife end up looking into adopting him, like officially.
Try to make up for his, what he did to him.
Yeah, that, and just, he did it through the series, I think, always blamed himself for how Johnny ended up getting into, like, drugs and all that. But, like, Race Bannon, of course, was in it pretty early on. Brock's mentor. I don't know how much of that you remember, but...
I remember the episode where he parachutes down dead.
Yes. Yeah,
I think that's when
the
he
only
showed
episode I
that.
think he was in.
And he poops himself, and Brock's like, yeah, they don't show that on TV.
They don't show that on TV.
Like, the kids are playing with him and riding on him and stuff. I never actually watched much of the actual
Johnny Quest.
Johnny Quest show, yeah.
Yeah, I was all into, like, Herculoids and Johnny Quest. And, again, all those Hanna-Barbera cartoons.
That stuff, yeah.
I know. Weren't the best when it came to animation, but, I mean, like, the Herculoids it was basically Lost in Space, but instead of being more grounded, you had two blobs, a rhinoceros that shot fireballs, and a dragon that shot laser beams from its eyes.
The Hanna-Barbera shows, and it's going to sound like I'm saying it mockingly, or, like patting a kid on the head, like, good job. I honestly mean this. They had personality.
Yeah.
They really did have personality.
All right, you go that way. I'm going to try and figure out how to get that group over there.
And they had a little bit of everything, They had the comedic animal talking type stuff. They had the Herculoids.
8 billion different variations of Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, I mean, they had something for everyone, and they all had personality.
All right, let's do this then. Quick Draw McGraw.
Mm-hmm. Snagglepuss.
Top Cat.
Top Cat.
And then you go, and then I go, and then we'll see how many we can name.
Oh. Captain Caveman?
Yep, Captain Caveman. He was one of my favorites. Josie and the Pussycats.
Good one. Jabberjaw.
Jabberjaw. Crap.
Oh, gotta go with the shark.
What was the buggy one?
Speed Buggy.
Speed Buggy. Thank you.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that one though.
Okay. Which was just another variation of Scooby Doo, right? There was like 5 or 6 of them. Jabberjaw was one. Scooby Doo.
Yeah.
Speed Buggy.
Hong Kong food.
Hong Kong food. Yep. Magilla Gorilla.
Okay. Magilla, Gorilla Fish. Great theme song. Oh God, what's his name? The dog and his kid. Doggy dog. No.
Oh, I know who you're talking about now. Yeah, they had like they had the collars on, but it always reminded me like bow ties. Well, he was like brown or a light tan.
Yeah.
Yeah. It took me a second. I'm like,
It was him and his son.
it was him and his
I
son.
think.
Yep.
I'll have to look that. Well, plenty of time now. Cutscene.
敵は交代したな。よくやったじゃないか。ならば褒美をもらいたい。まあいいだろう。何が望んだ。あの男の。
While he's looking that up,
Augie Doggy. Augie Dog.
Okay.
Doggy Dad. Yeah.
I actually met someone that used to. She was a executive at Hanna-Barbera.
No kidding.
Yeah, when I was out in Twin End Palms, and it was a block party. We ended up hooking up with some folks, some girls, and then woke up next morning, met their aunt, who was, she used to be an executive there. Gave me some stuff, signed it. It was pretty neat.
Wow, that's freaking awesome.
I believe I still have the book that she signed. And that was like internal, like the watch they give you when you're let go kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
Back when they closed it.
Now I did look up Augie Doggy just to get the name, but I don't want to look up any of the
else,
other. Yeah.
Did we say there was another blue dog, right? Did we say him? Was it Huckleberry Hound?
Huckleberry Hound, good, nice one. Huckleberry Hound. Adam Ant.
Adam Ant. Okay. All right, now we're getting to the nitty gritty, I guess. I can't remember. Did Grape Ape have his own show, or was he just like an additive?
We'll count it. I mean, at this point, I'm just thinking characters, not necessarily if they had a show or not, right?
All right. Yeah.
Grape Ape's a good one.
Grape Ape. This is just a big grape-colored ape.
Yeah.
Inside Grape Ape. I don't know what else he did.
Oh man. Back to me, huh?
Might be able to pull from a certain attorney at law.
Oh, okay. Well, shit, Harvey Birdman.
I don't know if his name was Harvey, actually.
Birdman.
Which then I'll piggyback off with Blue Falcon.
Blue Falcon, okay. And Dynamite?
Dynamite was his, yeah.
Yeah. I don't just want to keep picking people from Harvey Birdman show.
Do it. I mean, that would be an easy segue because there's a lot of classic cartoons you can really pull from there.
Oh yeah, duh. Because they were even the ones that guest starred. The Jetsons.
Yep.
I love that episode of Harvey Birdman where they show up and they're all tired from just walking to his desk.
I guess I'll pull one from Harvey Birdman, Peter Potamus.
Peter Potamus, did you get that thing? I will admittedly say I'd never seen him outside of Harvey Birdman. I have seen like Birdman stuff, but the hippopotamus I'd not seen. Space Ghost.
There you go. I'll fill in the other half because I think it was. I think Adam Ant was like a short,
Okay.
and I think it was that squirrel in the jacket. Was it like Super Secret Squirrel or something?
Secret Squirrel. Good one. Good one. That's
Which
cool.
in the Harvey Birdman, he flashed people, right? That's what it was.
I don't remember that, but it made
because the coat and everything.
Oh, I had one in my head. Oh, why did I lose it? Oh, wow, that didn't kill him? Look at you, tough guy.
Yeah, I bet you all didn't expect this conversation coming
I
into the
know,
video.
right?
Huh?
Nice pivot there.
I do enjoy Hanna-Barbera cartoons. I know they're not the best written, but
Kind of makes me want to watch more of them, to be honest.
I have been aching to try and find like complete collections of stuff, but they're just
I was going to ask you if there was one.
they're all over the place. And of course, when Adult Swim acquired them, it's not like they thought they could make money off it. But
Yeah.
you'd think banking money off nostalgia would be a smart play. I guess to help out a little bit, there's another very popular, well-known family,
Oh, the Flintstones.
Flintstones.
Yeah.
I will do one of my favorite, not ironically, series. I just love the format. It's basically Twisted Metal before Twisted Metal, Wacky Races.
Okay.
Not really one character, but it is a show, so I'm counting as a character. Because there are some characters from that show that didn't show up anywhere else. In fact, like Dick Dastardly, I believe, was
Dastardly.
unique to that. Otherwise, it was
Muttley?
yep, and Muttley. Oh, that hurts to do, though.
ゼウスって神様が
Man, like I said, personality, man. Oh, God.
Outside of Marvel, can you think of another series of superheroes that's not Marvel related that may have had a cartoon?
I like how you're trying to lead me on all these things. Because you are definitely the Hanna-Barbera expert.
I mean, they could have been friendly. Might have been super.
Oh, Super Friends?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I guess that counts. I guess it does count, doesn't it? Never big into them.
Well, we're kind of. I think as far as I'm concerned or aware, I think we are running out of specific characters per se, and now it's kind of shows.
I am going to cheat and start looking things up, because just to be a bit more efficient. But while we're doing this, I'll go ahead and knock out my number 6, and just since we already kind of mentioned it, or my number 7. And it is cheating, and there's another one like this on the list. I don't care. I still love the character. And as far as I know, only showed up once. I think you confirmed it. The Psycho Bear.
He showed up at least twice that I can remember. The one in the building, and then one that came at a later season I'm not sure you saw, but it's when Hank finds out Dean and that one fish girl were sleeping together. And that
The whale's kid, I
Yeah.
think, right?
yeah.
Whoever the whale was, yeah. Okay.
He showed up
Remember
there
that.
when after Hank found out they were sleeping together, he like, or no, what happened is he went to go see her. It was like a snowstorm, and he like slid into a fire hydrant that was covered in snow. And then the bear showed up and picked him up and carried him to the room, and that's how Hank found out that Dean and her were sleeping together. That's the only other time I can remember him showing up, the bear.
I can't tell you anything about him other than the fact that he is creepy, looked really, really... He is a really cool pick.
And he scares supervillains even. Like,
Yeah.
Phantom Limb and all of them were like, that is just... What is this?
Right, that whole
Interaction.
Interaction. Thank you. That whole interaction when they're like, what's going on? What is this?
Because they were trying to look for villains to join the group, and they were...
And he was just standing there. That was so funny and so well done. Yeah. I kind of, and honestly, I kind of like that they don't expand on him. Like, you don't know. It's just
there were
this
theories.
psych there holding a knife.
I went down that rabbit hole. There are theories. Some people say it was Hank or Dean from the future.
Really?
Yeah, like
That's
it's future Hank who, after he found out about that, broke down, and that's how he knew Hank had hurt himself in the snow to find him, so he didn't freeze to death, so he could reveal to him what was going on behind his back. And that in his plot line, or his reality, he never found out until much later, and that's what caused him to turn into a psycho murderer. Some people say it was Dean from an alternate timeline future that felt guilty because of how it destroyed their relationship. But like you were saying, I like how they don't explain it, because I think a problem a lot of people in movies and shows have is they feel they have to explain everything.
Yeah.
Even if you have an explanation, I feel it's better not to explain it, so you can let people play around with it for themselves, you know?
I'll give you a perfect example real fast. We've talked about this before, but I'll expand on it a bit. We all know how much I love Event Horizon, right?
Right. Yeah.
There are now, I think, more than one prequel comics that have come out. Not interested at all. I guess try to explain where the hellish dimension and everything. Not interested. All I need is that real short video clip they play. You know, the one where Lawrence Fishburne just says, "We're leaving." Mm-hmm. That's all I want to see, because that's all you need. And then come up with your own theories, right?
Yeah.
I don't need to read a comic that explains everything, you know? I don't. That's just, I'm with you on that. That's my personal thing. Yeah, my number 7, the Psycho Bear.
And yeah, he's definitely a cool one.
Oh, will you just go down? Stop blocking. Just delaying the inevitable. Thank you. I mean, I could have probably switched up. Like, I feel like one of my characters, is more effective at people block less against them. But that might just be in my head, though.
And zombies.
That was a good song.
I feel like that movie that I ranted and raved about at the beginning was all set up just so they could use a horrible version of that song at the end.
They did.
Yep.
It wasn't the Cranberries.
If it was, it's one I don't remember hearing. Because I remember that one having a bit of a heavier track to it.
Is it one of those where they take a song and they slow it down?
Yeah, it felt like they did.
Oh, I hate when they do that. Yeah.
To make it more somber, I guess. It's like it's already a somber song.
It is. It's a heavy and
You know?
somber song. Yeah. All right, let me go after all these guys. Oh, so I'm looking at a list of Hanna-Barbera characters. I cheated because I couldn't think of any. They're not really animated, but the banana splits. Which, if you're interested, go check out one of our older videos where we talked about our guilty pleasure movies. The Banana Splits movie is one of mine. The recent one that came out, the horror version. Pretty well done. Not bad.
I think this was an ensemble show, but there was like a koala guy. Maybe like Quickie or something like that.
That sounds vaguely familiar. I think you were correct.
I can look it up after this. Fairly sure. I don't think it was like a standalone one though. I mean, it was in that I think it was his name of the show, but
Yeah.
I think he'd also have like other guest characters. Because it would allow them to reuse animation cells. That's why we got a lot of similar characters in Hanna-Barbera.
Yeah, some of these shows on this list are from Cartoon Network from when they bought it out. They included it on the list, but I wouldn't necessarily do that, right? Oh, there it is. Quickie Koala. The Quickie Koala show. We did have a show in 1981.
Okay.
Peterpotamus had a show. Okay. Pink Panther.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
I don't mean to be stealing some of yours.
Oh.
Most of these on the list we covered. The Smurfs, Snorks. It says SWAT Cats was Hanna-Barbera.
Yeah, I feel like that may be one of the last ones that they did, if I recall. That one was always alright. I never got into it, but I kind of have to look this up now. Is Biker Mice from Mars Hanna-Barbera?
Valley of the Dinosaurs. That's animated. I've never heard of that. Have you?
What was it called?
Valley of the Dinosaurs. American animated series from Hanna-Barbera. Ran for 3 years. It debuted on the same day as Land of the Lost. I would be interested in seeing that, actually.
I have seen that.
What, Valley of the Dinosaurs?
I saw a picture. I remember the Stegosaurus.
Huh, that's interesting. There's another one here I saw. The Rough and Ready Show. Not familiar with that. Let me see.
Why did I think Brave Star was a...
That would have been a good guess.
That was Filmation.
The rough and ready. Oh, okay. I when I look at the picture, I remember them. The Rough and Ready show was a cat and dog. If you look, you'll remember. I'm sure.
What about what were they? I Hate Mises to Pieces. I think that was Hanna-Barbera.
Ah, yeah.
I Hate Mises to Pieces. Had like the two mice. One wore like a blue shirt. One wore like a.
I'm not-
Mr. Jinx and Pixie and Dixie
okay.
characters.
What was it? Yeah, okay. The cat was Mr. Jinx,
Yeah.
right? Okay. Oh, Yogi Bear.
Yeah, right. We missed that one.
Wheelie and the Chopper Bunch.
I'm gonna be right back in a second.
And then when you return, I'll take my break. Well, that was a fun list, guys. I hope he didn't mute it. That was a fun list to go over. Man. There's a lot of these I was not aware of, even older ones. I'm gonna be interested in looking at it. Union Force, what is that? Hmm. Hmm. Be interested in seeing some of these. Ah. Anyway, that was a really fun segue. The only segue I'll get into. Ha ha ha. That's so stupid, and I'm so stupid. Let's see.
All right, I'm back. Sorry.
All right, I'm gonna go to the bathroom real fast. But before I do, I was looking up one of these last ones I was looking up. It was called Teen Force. I'd not heard of it all, but take a look at. Apparently, he was on a show called Space Stars. It had 5 shows in it: Space Ghost, Herculoids, Teen Force, Astro and the Space Mutts, and Space Stars finale. I don't know. Take a look at it. See if that's familiar to you. It says it's on a DVD too. That's something I'd want to see at some point. But all right, I'll be right back.
Okay, I remember Team Force. Yeah, because those were all bundled together, and that's where I'd usually see Herculoids. Yeah, Space Ghost, Herculoids, Team Force. Gotcha. Yeah, 3 teams wearing like different colored uniforms. Astro and the Space Mutts. If I remember, that one was basically like Space Scooby-Doo again. Because that's what they did again with a lot of the animation cells. It was a lot easier to reuse, like Scooby-Doo, and make multiple versions of that. And for storyboarding and everything else. I'm going to try and fit 1 or 2 more characters in, so if you don't mind, I'll be a little quiet, because yeah, he took a lot of mine. Piggybacked off him. I'm glad I opened that Pandora's box of memories for him with the Hanna-Barbera stuff. But let us know in the comments. Friends and family across the globe, how do you feel about Venture Brothers in general? Got favorite characters? Characters you don't like? Or what do you remember about Hanna-Barbera? Did you ever watch any of those episodes? Of any of the shows? Whether it was pre or post, Adult Swim's acquisition. Oh my word. Don't tell him I'm doing this. I just found out there's a C-Lab 2020 board game. I'm going to try and get a hold of it. Oh man. Okay. Yeah. Hold on. This is the dumb stuff I do with my time when I buy people gifts or something. And he doesn't watch these videos, so he's not going to know I'm doing this. But you're going to know. He'll know because by the time this video drops, I'll have already given it to him. But yeah, anyways, it's neither here nor there. All right. The Amazing Chan and the Chan Clan. I remember that one. Oh. I gotta wait for this, sorry. Okay, we're all good. Okay. Covered this topic, the Army of the Dead, Zack Snyder. CGI, which it's like the 8th video I've done where I complain about CGI, but you know, I just really don't like it. You know when I liked CGI? There's a movie. It's called Arcade, and it's not a very good movie, but it's a fun premise. But it has that, so it's almost like the CGI of the era. Crap, what was that cartoon called? CGI cartoon. Megabyte was a villain, I think. Reboot. I never really watched it, but I was on board with that type of computer graphics. Alright, that's the next topic we'll talk about too. Break it up. Well, my villain arc will continue as well since I had most of my options poached.
Alright, I'm back. Sorry.
My number 9 is going to be Brick Frog. Minor character, showed up also in that episode with the bear. His whole getup is he wore a frog costume and he'd throw bricks. And they're, you know, during the interview, they're like, "What does this have to do with anything?" He's like, "Well, I throw bricks." He's like, "But what's with the frog?" And he's like, "I throw bricks."
There are no lies. No lies in that. It is what it is.
Think
or he is what he is.
They sided with the was it Lady Hawk couple? It was literally Lady Hawk, where one of them turned into like a bird, and the other one, it was a 100% reference to that.
Right.
But yeah, Brick Frog. He looked like a guy wearing a frog costume, and he would throw bricks at people. Just for the concept, it's like you really don't need much to make a villain work in general, as we talked about in the last video with someone named Kangaroo. So Brick Frog would actually be more threatening than Kangaroo.
Give me 1 second. I gotta wipe my energy drink down because it's doing that thing I hate.
Condensation.
Condensation.
But to circle back, yes, I do remember that show when I saw the picture of them, because that's generally where I would see the Herculoids.
Yeah.
And it wasn't really one of my favorites, but it was one of those that when it was on, so you know.
Yeah. Come on. There we go.
I would love to get like a complete and utter collection of
like one massive collection of all of them.
I would pay like $1,000, no joke, right out of pocket now for that. Just to have it all, you know.
Yeah.
The problem is there's been so many releases, and then you have to investigate and look into, because some of the releases don't have all the episodes, there's missing episodes, or, you know, the quality might not have been as good because it was like a 5th run of a 9th print kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, just to get back on the track, since we're going back on the list. That really was a really fun aside, though. Good call by you. My number 8. Jonah Venture Jr. I like how, again, another character that was introduced as a foil to a Rusty Venture, who turns up being a recurring character in a very interesting way. Almost what Rusty isn't, a more competent Venture. The competent Venture scientist, I guess. Does his own thing, hooking up at the island with Sally Impossible. just that sibling rivalry thing he had going with Rusty,
Yep.
where by all intents and purposes he appears to be a much more competent scientist.
He was,
Almost like, if I'm remembering correctly, Rusty, maybe not hated, but resented him.
Oh yeah, both.
Yeah.
Also because he looked very much like his father. Rusty had
Yeah. Yes.
father
Yes.
issues.
But Jonah was always, I don't know, maybe it seemed, I might be misremembering, but could have been condescending at times, but seemed to love his brother.
Yeah, he came to love him. He did. That plays in some of the later episodes when he dies.
Oh, I don't know if I knew that, to be honest.
Yeah, it was one of the later seasons.
Huh.
When they go up.
And was Rusty affected in any way by that?
He was as affected by it as you think he would be. Yeah, they go up to like the space station, Gargantua 2, that he got running for the funeral.
Okay. Huh, interesting.
How
did he
say
die?
he'd make my list, but the problem is it hits a little too close for home for me after what our parents had told us. How did he die? I'm trying to remember. I'll have to look it up. I don't quite remember how he died. I just remember that they, Brock does like a... It's one of those where everybody's going up there to do something, and it all culminates to the funeral. And Brock's like dressed up like a Western cowboy guy. In disguise, incognito. With the one guy that was part of OSI 2, I think, is what it may have been, where it was like a husband and wife duo. And, like, he was a sniper and she was an espionage agent.
Oof, man.
Moves on her.
Kind of vaguely remember it.
Again, it's the later season ones, so.
Okay. Well, maybe I'm just making it up in my head that I know.
What was the
Yeah, I always liked
I guess.
Yeah. I always liked Jonah. Maybe he was always trying to make up for what he tried to do to Rusty, you know? Maybe that redemption arc part to it. Whereas I'm guessing Rusty just didn't care. He really didn't care. Whatever. Alright, let me take care of some of these guys down here, I guess. Because if oh, that's blocked off. Never mind. And since I'm one behind... Okay, since I'm one behind you, I'll go ahead with my number 9. Professor Impossible. Again, one more of those, you know who it is, you know who it's supposed to be based on. But a very, almost perfect job of paying an homage to someone, but then twisting it around a little bit to make it his own thing. Eventually turns into a villain. There's a whole thing with his family and... Oh! Did you die?
No.
Did we not?
I hit him and he ended up in a room and I guess it failed the mission.
Oh, was there some condition then we must have...
Probably.
That's interesting. I'll have to look at the conditions again. But yeah, Professor Impossible is obviously Mr. Fantastic. He's got that egotistical vibe going to him. Probably more sinister Defeat. Wait, victory conditions, right?
Yeah.
Oh, if Hideyoshi Toyotomi is defeated, it's a defeat condition. We have to keep.
Died in the episode All This in Gargantua 2 when he sacrificed himself to prevent the space station Gargantua 2 from harming people after its self-destruct. Okay, he wasn't dead yet. He was dying of cancer in that episode. So he was dying, and then he sacrificed himself. I thought it was for a funeral. He opened up Gargantua 2. It had like a casino in it. And that was what episode? What episode? Yes, what episode number? Oh, but, it was a special episode released between season 5 and 6.
Okay.
That's right. There was some seasonal or special episodes that happened. Part of the DVDs or Blu-rays that we got. That's probably why you don't remember it, because I don't remember having seen it either.
Okay. But yeah, to just finish up, thanks for looking that up, by the way. Professor Impossible, my number 9. Had a really interesting arc, turning him from egotistical scientist to just overall bad guy. Lost his family, hooked up with Phantom Limb and Baron Umberbite. Someone you love to hate, but is a fun character nonetheless.
Once again, knew all the other characters from previously growing up, because he was another professor at the university, along with Phantom Limb. Coincidentally, I don't think they knew how much Marvel was going to basically do the same thing with Mr. Fantastic in the comics, right? Because I haven't really kept up with comics, definitely not as much as you, but it always seems like Mr. Fantastic is either a villain or the cause that something went terribly wrong nowadays, it seems, every time they're writing. So.
Well, you did read that Secret Wars thing, the newer one, with the ultimate version of Reed Richards. He did turn straight up villainous, so the Maker, I think, was what he went by.
I had that Marvel, what do you call it? They had Unlimited. I got like a year or two free. That's how I read it all. I guess the lead up to that event was evil Reed Richards was invading their galaxy to save his reality or universe, and
yeah, I think that was the gist
good
of it.
Reed Richards, but he was a failure, so he had like stubble and he was depressed. Created like a machine to keep some of them safe from what was about to happen. Created like an arc.
Yeah.
Alright, now we gotta pay attention and see what the words are gonna say. Make sure it doesn't happen again.
I think it was one of the defeat conditions was keep one guy alive. One of the helmet guys. The blue helmet guys. So
Prevent
maybe
the
he
army
died.
from entering any of these points. That's what it was.
Oh, any of the
Yeah, it
points.
said defeat conditions changed. So
Oh,
if you post
you know
up
what?
where you're at, I'll post up by the other flag, and I don't think they can get in.
Okay. I wasn't even paying attention to those, to be honest. Are we just the circles? Or is it like any of them?
I think as long as the circles don't get into the flags, we're good.
Okay. I kind of been half-assed, not even paying attention to those defeat conditions, to be honest. I just thought it was something that just popped up, and I'm like, yeah, whatever. I probably should have paid more attention.
Ain't happening this time, folks. I think it's just because we've, with how long we've been playing this, most of the missions really haven't changed much.
Yeah, it's true.
Now we're finally getting a bit more variety with it. My number 10 is going to be Timothy Treister.
Hmm.
And it's got a connection to one of my favorite characters, or actually my favorite character from King of the Hill, because it was the same voice actor for Cotton Hill. He believes he's a Hulk. Ends up being true that he does become a Hulk.
Oh, isn't he like a general or something?
Yeah, he's the general of the OSI.
Okay, yeah.
Originally. And then he gets cancer, and they treat the cancer with radiation, and it causes him to become a Hulk. Though, that's supposed to be a red herring. It's actually supposed to be he suffers fits because of his age. It comes about because like his room's destroyed, and he's got, you know, the torn pants, and his shirt's gone, and there are people who are injured. It comes to be revealed, and I think it's actually the same episode where Jonas Venture dies. He actually is an Incredible Hulk. And helps save the space station, or the people on the station. He's kind of like Action Man. He's that old school, kind of aggressively violent character.
Okay.
Sorry, I have no idea what's going on.
I think that's Zeus. I don't know.
すっかり待ちくたびれたぞ。ここが新たなるわしの世界というわけだ。それは違う。私たちは。
I'll be right back. I gotta raise my temp a bit.
I'll keep rambling a bit about him. Just again, like I appreciate Action Man. He brings a bit more violence to the show. I think it's also hinted that he helped Brock turn into the agent that he is. From that old school Hard Knocks kind of thing.
Okay. I thought that was the end. Hold on. Help. Alright. I switched out. I thought that was the end of the level or something, and I went to change my tent. But I'm good now. I'm running away. That was my fault.
The General Treister. Very minor character, as most of these ones that on the list were. But they kind of fill in. Stop whatever you're doing. A niche that isn't really filled by the main cast anymore. So, as I was saying, Brock Sampson kind of deviates from how he's originally portrayed. Oh, there's a guy all the way up there. So he gives me a bit of that Brock in the later seasons that I kind of missed. That was also, because it was a special episode, where Molotov cocktail. No, maybe that was a different episode. Did she? Yeah, that was a different episode. Sorry. I was going to go off on a complete tangent where she got that gold suit from Hank. The Cobra suit.
Did he get a suit too? I think he had more than one? Or am I not remembering that?
Who?
Hank.
Yeah, he got a suit. Molotov stole it from him.
Okay.
There's an episode about that. Which is, it was funny because whenever she stole it from him, it's like filled with pee. Because Hank's like, I don't know. No.
All right. Yeah, I didn't want to take any chances with him.
Yeah, no, he was taking chunks of health off me. But there you go, folks. That was at least my top 10, which shared a lot of overlap.
Yep. And I got one more. So I'm going to go ahead and get my number 10 out of the way. And this is also, again, cheating a bit, but I don't care. Character only showed up once, but it had a massive impression on me. And I'm sure on many Venture Brother fans. I'm overselling this. You'll get why when I mention my number 10, the Grand Galactic Inquisitor. Ignore me.
Ignore me. Did somebody lose a baby?
Oh man, he's there to record humanity and
Marvel's
just
the Watcher, right? Isn't that what it's called?
yeah, pretty much the Watcher, yeah. The whole running around watching things, the whole ignore me, the someone lose a baby. I don't know, just a fun concept of a character to throw in an episode that.
If I'm remembering correctly, gets killed by Jonah Venture from a different timeline. But then it gets revealed that it's
don't
not
even
Jonah
remember that.
Venture, it's actually an alien who's like, yeah, that guy was going to destroy your world. And Dr.
Okay,
Venture's
now I
like,
do
why'd you
follow.
turn into my father? He's like, well, because I thought it'd be easier for you and your puny minds to digest this. But I guess I was wrong. You're offended.
Okay, I remember that now. Yes, that's nice.
I thought you were going to go with the Moppets, personally. They almost made my list.
Oh, I didn't even think about them. They are pretty funny though.
Murderous
Pretty
Moppets,
neat. Yeah, the
And
Muppets.
Lady Au Pair.
Au pair.
Lady Au
She almost made my list.
Same here.
Dr.
Dr.
Girlfriend almost made my list because she is a really good character.
So, yeah, my voice. I smoked in college.
I love that. See, now we can just talk about random stuff you like about the show. The episode with Triana and her friend are at dinner with Nick and Dean, and they're in the bathroom. She's like, "Can I ask you a question?" Yes, I belong here. Alright. That was a good episode.
Yeah, that one where there was a
Phantom
hit put out
Moon,
on somebody.
yeah.
Phantom Moon was there. Everybody kind of located there. Monarch brought someone that for a date to try and make
Yeah, that's
her
right.
jealous,
Yeah.
and it was like a young girl, and he's younger girl, right? She was of age, I think. They joked
Yeah.
that she wasn't. And he's like, who do you expect to respond on the internet to calls for a date when you're wearing a butterfly costume?
Yeah.
Is she even old enough to be out at this time of the day? Or, Triana and her friend, and she's like, so who do you arch for? Because the way they dress, they look like they'd
Yeah. Yeah.
be super villains. Gives them a card. They never follow through with that. They hint that both of them are going to look into it, but I guess some of the backstory I looked into it was someone who voiced Triana was like the girlfriend of someone that was part of the Venture Brothers team doing the producer director stuff.
Yeah.
And I guess they had a falling out. So that's why Triana kind of got dropped. It would have been neat thread to follow that, see if they became super villains.
Yeah.
Kind of go after Hank and Dean a bit, arch them.
Yeah.
I don't remember what they were called, but I don't know if you remember the later seasons when they go to the building. There's like the Wonder Woman.
Yeah, I do. I do.
And there was also like a Captain America one, I think, but they were like, yeah, we charge by the hour. That's just how we do things in the big city. Definitely going for that Avengers too.
I always loved about the show how the rules, right? The guild had rules, and there were rules about arching, and like the episode where they called the timeout because
Oh
I
yeah.
forget if it was Pancardine, the abdominal pain or whatever. Yeah. And by rule, they had to let them go and all that. I always loved that aspect of it.
Yeah. It's called Rusty's Law. He brings it up. It's like, how do you know that? It's like, it's Rusty's Law. I basically created it. There was an entire episode devoted to where both sides, OSI and the Guild, were getting mediated by Dr. Venture about updating rules for the next cycle of arching. It was a pretty good episode. It was just two desks and they do like different things. They eventually like were like, you know what, talking's not working. Let's just do a fist fight. And they're like, all right. Brock's like, I'll fight you for it. Or it may have been Holy Diver at the time. It was when Dr. Girlfriend got like a seat on the council.
Okay.
That happened. I don't remember what season that was. They all do start to blend together. At a certain point. I was never the biggest fan of Sergeant Hatred.
No,
I mean, as
I
a
actually
villain, he was fine, but once they
I actually was
made,
thinking of that.
once they made him like Brock, put him in Brock's position, I didn't really care about.
Yeah.
But when he had that rivalry going with the Monarch, I thought it was pretty good.
All right, open those gates up, people.
Adventure Brothers is another one of those shows where when I put it on, I know I'm not really going to run into like a bad episode.
Yeah, very consistent. Consistently good quality.
Very different approach. King of the Hill was pretty much every season. They would pump them out year after year. Venture Brothers tended to take their time. I think it had something to do with just whether or not Adult Swim wanted to pay for it. Was probably more the reason. Also,
Yeah.
all the moving parts that they had that were working on it also had other shows they'd work on.
Oh, all the way back down there.
Oh, hiccup. Oh, I hate the hiccups. But I think it's a property that, and again, I don't know how well Adult Swim's doing, but you have all these properties that could translate over very well to like a video game format of varying degrees. You could do a Venture Brothers game, kind of like Evil Genius, Base Simulator, and different villains would show up to try and destroy the compound.
Yeah. Oh. Right here.
No! Stop doing whatever you're doing.